Hello everyone, welcome back to another DST video. Today we're going to be looking at the trainer. If you have no idea what this system is or what it's all about, basically I made a system to make D&D class leveling more interesting by including skill trees instead of the typical linear leveling system. If you want a refresher on how it works, if you know about it but haven't watched it in a while, or if you are new and would like to know more, you can check out the video in the description which explains the whole system by going through an entire character's leveling progression. That all being said, let's hop into the trainer. This is the one that won the vote that I put on my Discord. If you want to vote on the next class that's coming up, wait till the end of the video and I'll show which ones will be up for vote. And you can vote in the comments or you can vote in my Discord server in the announcements tab. But enough jibber jabber, let's get into the trainer. The trainer is, I've got to say, I'm so happy this one won because the trainer is so cool. I've seen a few different players that really want to play with a companion or have a person to help them out the whole time, like a beast companion. And there's the ranger class, but the ranger's beast sucks. And yes, there's the Drake Warden. That makes the ranger a much better companion wielder. There's the Wildfire Druid, which gets their little companion. But none of them really hit the spot that I think a beast companion type character wants to be at, where their beast is powerful and they really want their beast to be the main focal point of their build. Their class is their beast. And throughout their entire career, they want it to be the focal point of their build. And that's what this trainer is. This is the Beastmaster Ranger, but good. Let's hop into the starting benefits. The trainer is a D6 hit dice character with charisma as its major stat and wisdom as its spell stat. Now, charisma doesn't actually matter as much as some of the other characters' major stats will, but the trainer isn't really a martial character or a spellcaster. It doesn't have any spellcasting, but I wouldn't call it a utility character either. I'm going to call it a martial character where you don't do the martial. Your beast does. So it's kind of more of a summoner, but without magic. But let's get into the starting benefits. If you start as trainer, you'll get 6 plus your constitution modifier in hit points, 1 hit dice, proficiency in light and medium armor, simple and martial weapons, and then you get to choose 1 set of tools. You'll get constitution and charisma saving throws, and you'll get to choose 3 from athletics, sleight of hand, stealth, nature, investigation, animal handling, medicine, survival, and persuasion. Pretty nice to have a good array of skills on a character like the trainer whose combat prowess is all in their beast, and so when they're outside of combat, they're going to want extra capabilities. And of course, if you take trainer as your subclass, multi-class, or are starting trainer, you'll get the wonderful companion feature. This is the bread and butter of the entire class, and it's so wonderful. It says that you have a beast companion that travels with you and has a great bond to you and your commands. It will have HP equal to double your nodes in trainer, and whenever you level up, your companion gains 5 plus its constitution modifier in hit points. If this beast ever dies, they will return to life at the end of a long rest and seek you out if you did not recover the body. This creature can look however you wish and be small or medium. For now, all its stats are 10. It shares your proficiency bonus, and you get to choose 2 of its saving throws from whatever you want to have proficiency in, and you choose 3 skills for it to have proficiency in, which means between the 2 of you, you have 6 skills to have proficiency in, which is super cool and can lead to a skill monkey build that actually uses your beast to do things for you. It will have a move speed of 30 feet and an AC equal to 8 plus its dexterity stat plus its proficiency bonus, which again, that's your proficiency bonus. Your companion cannot wield weapons. For now, your beast has a basic attack that it's proficient with, and it will use its strength stat for the attack and damage rolls. 5-foot melee attack. On a hit, it will deal 1d8 slashing damage, bludgeoning damage, or piercing damage, whichever is most applicable for the flavor of the attack you describe. Finally, this companion can move on your turn and has a bonus action and reaction of its own. You can give it your action or it can take the attack action by spending your bonus action on it. So that part's a little complicated, but basically what it's saying is that between the two of you, you have two bonus actions, one for your character, one for your beast, two reactions, one for your character, one for your beast, and one action that you can kind of share between the two of you. Either you can take the attack action or action on your turn, maybe you casting a spell or something, or your beast can take the action. You get to give it to your beast, and then it can take an action. But if you want to attack on the same turn as your beast, you can use your bonus action to give your companion specifically the attack action. And finally, your companion will gain more stats and skills as you take nodes in Trainer. The CASI feature will grant your companion a +2 to one stat and +1 to a different stat. So that's a total power boost of +3 overall, which is nice because, unlike other characters, you can't get extra +1s and such from other classes. You need to get them all from the trainer. The cap for this increase is also 30, which means they can go above 20 if you want to just keep bumping their strength to keep giving them plus higher and higher and higher to attack and hit. The C feat feature will grant your companion a feat of your choice, which is super cool because now your creature can get even more customization beyond just the typical, what does it look like? And this is the heart and meat of what I was trying to get to when I was making this class. People that want a companion really do want that companion to be the main thing that they're going for. And at least this is what I've seen so far. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me what you think in the comments below. But giving the creature the ability to be as customized as possible with things like special attack modes, giving it feats of its own to pick, I think can really go towards making your beast not only just pick a stat block, but really drive home the fact that it is your companion and it's unique to everyone else. I think if everyone in your party played a trainer, even if they all played a trainer with the same subclass, I think that their beast customization can make them all seem different. I also think it'd be really cool to have an all trainer party where everyone's beast is different and they all they'd be able to cover every skill because there's so many skill proficiencies that you get with the trainer. But let's continue on into the actual nodes that you can pick up. Whenever you level up in any class, your companion is going to get a bump of 5 plus its constitution modifier to health. But when you're leveling up in trainer, you get extra because every time you take a node in trainer, it gives it 2 extra health basically because it gets double your nodes in trainer of HP. So whenever you take a level that's fully in trainer, that's 4 extra HP for your companion. Just keep that in mind as we go through these levels, because we will start on this left path with prepared for a struggle. This says that your companion gains proficiency in a saving throw of your choice, which means that it'll have proficiency in up to 3 saving throws, which is pretty nice. Then we'll grab a CASI, which again, that's the creature ability score improvement, which is better than a regular ability score improvement, giving a +2 to one stat and a +1 to a different stat. Which again, all of these can go up to 30 on your beast. If you want to just max out its attack modifier, you can totally do that. And now this first little offshoot that we have on this tree is really useful for maneuverability and also just fun factor and what you want your beast to look like if you're getting these really quickly. So we'll take this left path first, where we grab large beast. This, probably you can guess what it says, but it says your companion grows to large. So if you wanted a creature that was really big, you can pick this up really quickly. And an ability score improvement for you before we pick up huge beast, which you can guess your companion grows to huge. So if you want a massive elephant or even bigger to be your companion, you can have it, and it can be a huge bear or it could be a huge wolf or something. Now this is super cool and flavorful, but where are you going to put that beast? Well, we can pick up Pocket Monster, which says that your companion can shrink to tiny as an action. It can then use its action to return to normal size. So this just makes it so you can actually keep your companion on you at all times. If you're in a city that walking around with a wolf right next to you is going to be taboo and you're going to get arrested by the guards, pop it in your pocket because it's a tiny creature now. And after that, we pick up a C feat, which again, this is a feat specifically for your companion. You don't get the feat, just your companion gets the feat. But if you want a feat, we can get one of those right here before we pick up Tanky Critter. This says that your companion gains 2 HP per level you have taken and will take. They also gain +2 to their AC. This is kind of like the tough feat, except instead of getting bonuses to your constitution modifier, you get it to your AC, which is pretty nice and also can make your companion like a decent tank when it comes to having HP. Remember, you actually are getting less HP per level up than your companion will because they're getting at least 5 and you're only rolling a d6. So, unless you're bumping your constitution modifier to the stratospheres or taking, nodes in a different class, you'll probably have less HP than your companion, which is intentional on design point. Next, we'll pick up Saddled Beast. This says that your companion can now be ridden by any creature its size or smaller. I say any creature, meaning basically your companion won't need to be trained to do this. Like this node, taking this node allows any creature to ride it as long as you want them to ride it. It can also be ridden by 2 creatures as long as both of them are 1 or more sizes smaller. So if your companion is large or huge, it'll be really easy to get 2 people on him. Next, we'll pick up our first few special attacks we can pick up for our creature. This is very similar to the way that the chieftain will be gaining attack bonuses, but they're a little bit more one-dimensional than the ones that you get on your chieftain's tulpa. That being said, let's pick up Ranged Attack. Ranged Attack says your companion can make this attack. 30/60 ranged attack with 1d6 piercing damage on a hit. And it's a ranged attack, meaning it'll use your dexterity modifier instead of strength. And then over here we can grab Reaching Attack, which very similar says your companion can make this attack. It's a 10-foot melee attack, and it uses 1d8 slashing damage for the damage. There'll be a ton of these throughout this skill tree that you can pick up to basically give your companion a different way to attack. Most of them are over on this half, and there's a really good one up here. But basically, whatever you want your companion to have, like battle-wise, you can probably find an attack type that works for you. And once you pick that up, you don't necessarily need to pick up any others because most of them are kind of off to the side, out of the way. You're not taking nodes that you don't need. Next, we'll pick up another creature ability score improvement, which again, a great bonus. You're going to get a ton of these throughout the class so that your creature can be super big. And then we'll pick up a proficiency bonus increase over here. You'll note that this class actually doesn't have a ton of proficiency bonus increases. In fact, they only have 3 throughout the entire thing. So if you want a decent proficiency bonus, you'll probably need to have a subclass that either gives you a bunch or go far into that class. And then after this, we can pick up Winged Beast. This says your companion gains a flight speed equal to its move speed. So if you were having your companion be like a bird of some sort, you can finally have it fly. I did really kind of want to have the Winged Beast sooner, but if you're having a bird as your companion, you can either just pretend it's flying but never have it legitimately fly anywhere, or you can, use a familiar or something until you get this feature to get the flying done. The only reason I didn't want this to be able to get picked up really quickly is that flying is a strong ability, and I don't want this to be something that you can just grab right away. But I thought that 8 nodes, level 4 is a good commitment level for inability to give your companion flight. Especially if you want to be riding this creature, you'll also have to pick up Saddled Beast, which will put it at a commitment 9. Next, we'll pick up Critter Language, which is a super fun one. It says that you can now speak to animals that are a part of the same family as the creature your beast is. So, for example, if your companion is a cow, you'd be able to talk to cows, bulls, buffalo, and other bovine creatures. Not only does this make it so that you can have fun roleplay moments when you're talking to your critter and you can understand them, but other people around you are like, what are they saying? But also it gives a little bit of speak with animals type vibes where you can specifically talk to wolves if your companion is a wolf, or you could talk to rats if your companion is a mouse or something. Next, we'll pick up another ability score improvement before grabbing Burly Beast. Now, Burly Beast says that your companion gains a +2 to strength and constitution. This not only bumps their HP, but it also bumps their strength score, which is probably what you're using to attack unless you're using ranged attack. So a super nice feature to just give some extra stats. And this is a 9-node commitment, as well as the node over here, which is classed creature. Now, there's actually 2 of these. There's one over here and there's one over here, which is also a 9-node commitment. Some of the funnest features that you can pick up on your companion are classed creature. It says your companion gains the non-starting benefits of the first node of any class. Do you understand how many options there are when you get this feature? You get 2 of these, which means basically your companion gets 2 subclasses and they get the first node of them. And that, I mean, you can pick up Rage from Barbarian on your bear and have a raging bear as your companion, or you could pick up, the first thing of like the wizard. So you have spell casting properties on your companion. Imagine a bird flying around with a little tiny spell book that it casts spells out of. Is that not awesome? I love this feature, and having it at 9-node commitment is super fun because it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. But once you get there, you can really build the rest of your creature's abilities off of that theme. All that being said, let's move forward. Notably, Winged Beast does latch off over here, which means that you can skip this next lane that I'm about to talk about. And that is for a specific reason. This lane has some features in it that are cool, but not every character necessarily wants them. That being said, Team Up is a fun skill. So I specifically made this so that you can skip past this lane if you don't like it and just go straight to Team Up. But we're going to go through it because I'm going through every node. Starting with the Climbing Creature. Climbing Creature, I mean, you can probably guess, but it says that your companion gains a climb speed equal to its move speed. Pretty nice, pretty useful. It's not necessarily the best if you're never in a situation where you need to climb. And if your companion can already fly, you don't need Climbing Creature. Next, we can pick up another creature ability score improvement, another ability score improvement, and then Menagerie, which says that you can have up to half your proficiency bonus companions. Although you must divide the max HP up amongst all the creatures you have, and you still can only grant each feature you gain for your companion to only one of your companions. And then when you grant your companion your action or give them the attack action as a bonus action, only one companion can use this, although you could still give your action to one and use your bonus action for the other. So, this is kind of the main reason why I wanted this to be separate, because not everybody is going to want multiple creatures on their side. But if you really want to play as that, like, I'm just going to sit in the back, I'm going to stay away from everything and just let my beasts go wild, this just basically makes it so that you can have like a big group of companions. Next up, we'll pick up a creature ability score improvement, and then we'll go on to Team Up, which is one of the features that kind of feels a bit chieftain-esque, but I still think it works really well for the trainer. It says that if you attack a creature that your beast has already attacked, add your companion's wisdom modifier to the attack roll and damage. This works really well if you want to take like ranger as your subclass, or maybe you're a ranger with trainer as your subclass. Either way, maybe you're at the back using your bow and arrow with your attack action, and your bonus action is going to your companion to make the attack action as well. So then your companion will attack a creature, and then you'll hit it with your bow to deal extra damage. Maybe they move and attack a different creature if they've got extra attack by now. And basically, you can just kind of team up with them and fight alongside them. But the trainer is a D6 hit dice character, so you might want to be a little bit careful when it comes to using them as like a melee combatant. You can, I mean, if you want to take fighter as your main class, and then like take trainer as your subclass, because then you can split level the whole way to get good hit points along with being like a fighter alongside your companion. So there's a lot of different methods you can use here to get your companion as like a melee combatant or even a ranged combatant if you're using things like ranged attack. So many different build options, and that's why I really love the trainer. We'll finish off this branch with a proficiency bonus increase, which notably you could also pick up if you went this way, which is the way we'll go next. Next, we'll pick up another creature ability score improvement over here, and then we can grab Underwater Beast, which, again, some of these are a little simple to understand, but it just says that your companion gains a swimming speed equal to its move speed, and it can breathe underwater. So if you wanted to have like a dolphin companion, you could, but I wouldn't recommend that unless you want to pretend that it can walk on land also. Either way, you can pick this up without like destroying its ability to breathe on land, by the way. It breathes on land and underwater when you pick this up. Next, I'm going to grab Train Together. Now, this is a fun feature, quite literally. It allows you to gain a feat at the same time as your companion, and you both gain the same feat. So you pick up a feat and you both get it. So if you wanted to pick up a feat that like really works well for both of you to have, like Tough or something like that, that works really well. Next, we can pick up Ground Runner. This says that your companion gains a +10 to its move speed. Pretty nice, pretty simple, but having a 40-foot instead of a 30-foot is nice. Next, we'll pick up a Sea feat. Again, that's a creature feat. And then grab Effective Pause. This is a bit of a more niche node, but it could come in handy if you have some sort of magical weapon that you think your creature could be really effective with. It says your companion can now wield weapons, but it is not proficient with them. So, having a wolf run around with a longsword in its jaws, it can do it. It's just not going to add its proficiency bonus to its attacks. Next, we'll pick up another creature ability score improvement, and the feature that you'll probably want to get to pretty quickly, Ferocious Beast. This gives your companion the extra attack feature, which, if you don't know what the extra attack feature is, whenever you take the attack action, you attack twice instead of once. This cannot stack with other forms of extra attack, but it can stack with +1 attack. Notably, the trainer never gets extra attack themselves. Only their creature does. But if you can pick up extra attack from a different source, like Ranger, like I was talking about earlier, then both of you could make 2 attacks on your turn if you spend your bonus action to give your companion the attack action. Speaking of ways that they can attack, let's pick up Flurry Attack. This says that your companion can make this attack. It's a 5-foot melee attack with 2d6 slashing damage. Just a little bit more damage on average than the basic attack that does 1d8. Next, I'm going to grab True Bond over here. True Bond is super fun and another one that I really, really love. It says that you may only take this feature at the same time as taking a node from one of your subclasses. So you need to have a subclass in order to do this, notably. Your companion gains the same benefit as the feature you gain from that subclass node. So basically, in order to grab this feature, you need to be split class leveling this level. So you split class level, you gain this node from trainer, and then you gain a different node from a different class. We'll say ranger. So then you pick up your ranger's node for yourself, but then your companion also gains the benefits from that feature. It's basically a way to do classed creature, but it can be anything, not just a starting node, which is super fun. And this was the thing that I wanted to see when they make companion classes, the ability to just customize the heck out of them. And I love the way that this turned out. I'm really happy with the way that this works. Tell me what you think in the comments below, but I think it's super fun to be able to put rage on your bear, or even picking up things like +1 attack from a different class using True Bond. So then both you and your companion get +1 attack. This is a way to get +1 attack also, or extra attack, without having to grab Ferocious Beast, which means you do not actually need to take this path if you'd rather grab extra attack from a different class. Next, we'll grab a companion ability score improvement, and then Armored Critter. Your companion can now wear armor. This would replace their AC, and magic armor automatically fits on your beast, and they can use the magical effects of this armor. You may need to have non-magic armor crafted for your beast unless it already exists in the world. This is basically just saying, like, hey, if you're trying to get armor on a squirrel, people probably don't normally make squirrel armor, but if it's magic, it'll just fit automatically. And if it's not magic, you can probably go to a blacksmith and be like, hey, my squirrel wants to wear armor. Can you make it for me? And then you can have a fun roleplay experience with your DM. Next, we'll grab Distracting Yelp. This says that your companion can use their bonus action to use the help action. This is super nice because your companion, like you and your companion both have a separate bonus action that you can use on your turn. So if you have a weapon or armor or something that has a bonus action on it, your companion's probably been using that. But if it doesn't, distracting yelp means that your bonus action on your companion is no longer being wasted because they can use it for the help action. Next up, we'll grab another source of True Bond. Just like I said last time, you split level when you take this feature, and then your companion gains the feature from the split class leveling that you took as well. If you don't know what split class leveling is, again, you can check out that video in the description that explains how it works. Next, we'll pick up a 7-node commitment, Companion's Bond, which says that if you cast a spell that targets self, your companion also gains the benefits. So this is another feature that really depends on the build because you don't really need this if you have no spell casting properties. But if you've got if you took that fighter type feature and maybe took a wizard class or some other class that grants you spell casting alongside it, and you're fighting right next to your companion, maybe you get attacked and you want to cast the shield spell. Well, guess what? Your companion gets the shield spell in the exact same way that you do. Or maybe you're casting Fire Shield on yourself. Your companion also gets Fire Shield. Armor of Agathis. There's so many different self-cast spells that work really well that you can just throw on yourself and your companion at the same time. It's a lot like the Sorcerer's meta magic that allows you to double up on something, but for self-based spells, which is super cool. Next, we'll grab Grappling Attack. Grappling Attack says that your companion can make this attack. 5-foot melee attack, 1d6 piercing damage, and the target must make a contested athletics or acrobatics check or be grappled. And this is, of course, by your companion. So this can allow a little bit of battlefield control if you want to hold things down. Perhaps you're a ranger and you're casting spike growth or something, and then your companion can hold them in it. Next, move on to Winding Attack. This says that your companion can make this attack. 5-foot melee attack, 1d12 bludgeoning damage. Next, we'll pick up Healthy Companion. This is another way to just keep its health higher because, again, if your companion is going to be doing the brute of your work, you're going to want a decent chunk of HP on that. And Healthy Companion doesn't necessarily help with that, but it does help with the aftermath of battles. Your companion gains the same amount of healing that you do when you roll hit dice to heal. Now, beforehand, you kind of just had to heal your companion. But now, whenever you take a short rest, your companion gains health. So you probably want to do this pretty decently quickly. It's only a 5-node commitment, so it's not too bad. But picking this up pretty early can keep your companion alive a lot longer if you're going a lot of rounds before a long rest. Where, of course, just like every creature in existence, you regain all your health on a long rest. And so does your companion. Next, we'll pick up Train Together. This is, you saw this over here, basically just means that you both get a feat, but it's the same feat. You and your companion, that is. Next, we'll grab Elemental Claws. Now, this is a really fun feature that you'll definitely want to pick up if your companion is doing the brunt of the work damage-wise. It says that your companion will deal 1d4 extra elemental damage on all their attacks. And you can choose the element whenever you finish a long rest. It can be fire, acid, poison, cold, thunder, or lightning. And this can just also add to the flavor of your companion. Maybe they're a flaming wolf that runs around and bites their enemies with burning cinders. Or perhaps they're like a big ape that whenever they punch their enemies, lightning shocks through their fists. So many different ways to build a critter that does some cool things with elemental damage. Next, we'll pick up a proficiency bonus increase, and then we've got 2 more paths. Both of these are 9-node investments. We'll pick up the one that we've seen before first, a creature feat, and then classed creature. Again, this means you'll take 1 node in any class, the first one, but not the starting benefits from it, for your critter, that is, or for your companion. And then over here, we'll grab a creature ability score improvement, and then devastating attack. Now, you don't necessarily need this attack, but it is one of the strongest ones. It says that your companion can make this attack. 5-foot melee attack, 1d6 slashing damage. But if this attack critically hits, deal an extra 3d12 force damage. And it can be a lot of damage. That being said, that is all the nodes for trainer. Of course, we got to look at feats, but before we look at feats, I want to just bring up the fact that this class only gets one feat for yourself. It does get 2 instances of train together, which means a total of only 3 feats across the whole class that you get yourself. There's a ton of creature feats, but only 3 for yourself, including 2 of those being train togethers. So when I go through the feats, I'm going to mainly be talking about the ones that you don't want on your creature, your companion. Starting off with some simpler ones, Skill Expert is super cool on characters that are already kind of skill monkeys, you know? You can give this to your companion or yourself, or if you want to double down with Train Together, pick this up to get 2 different expertise, which is super nice. Skill Expert says that you gain proficiency in a skill and expertise in a skill you already have proficiency in. So you could pick up proficiency and then bump it all the way to expertise, or you could pick up proficiency in something else and then bump something that you already have proficiency to expertise. One that I think would be really flavorful on your companion is Street Smarts. It says that you know the location of any bars, inns, shops, and shady businesses after staying within a town for at least 8 hours. This can make you go for some fun, like, flavorful events where you're like, oh, say your companion is a wolf or a bird. Say they like you say, oh, go track down everything, and then it comes back to you, and you can talk to them and be like, oh, where is everything? And then you know where everything is because you can follow your companion around. You could also take this on yourself, but I think it's more fun if you give it to your companion. Another one that's super interesting is Impressive. This could be really useful on yourself or your companion, or maybe you want to take both of them together with Train Together. Either way, it can go up to level 3, which means you'll have to take it up to 3 times, but it says that you can increase the chosen ability score by 1 to a maximum of 20. This is any ability score. And then you gain proficiency in saving throws using the chosen ability. So this just gives you more saving throw proficiency, which is nice, but it also gives you a +1 to something. And then if you take this again to get it at level 2, you increase the max of the chosen ability score by 1, which is a little bit more niche, but that means you can get up to a 31 on your beast score if you're grabbing this one with your companion. Next, you can pick up an increase of the chosen ability score by 1 again, and then increase the max of the chosen ability score by 1 as well. So basically, this not only gives you a bump to 1 score, but it also increases the max 1 more time, which means that now you'll actually get a full +1 extra on that ability. Another really fun set of feats that you can pick up for your companion specifically is grabbing both Studied, Learned, and Mana Rich. It would take 3 feats to do it, but it gives your companion spellcasting. First, you could pick up Learned to grab access to a spell list of your choice for your companion. Then you could grab Mana Rich to grab a +2 to your caster level. And then after that, you could pick up Studied to give it +2 spells known. Again, that would be from any spell list they have access to, which means you'd have to pick up Learned first. But once you pick up Learned, then you can pick up Studied and Mana Rich, whichever order you would like. And then your beast can now cast spells. This is 3 feats, commitment-wise, to keep in mind. But you could also use Train Together to pick up some of these features for yourself as well, because if your subclass is a spellcaster or something along those lines, you can be using this to give yourself a little bit of a bump, and getting +2 caster on 2 different people at the same time is a lot better than just 1. Here's one that I think is really flavorful, but some people might not actually like it. It's Messenger Expediter. It says that you learn the Animal Messenger spell and can cast it once per long rest without expending a spell slot. When you cast Animal Messenger, the animal will begin its journey by teleporting to an unoccupied location approximately 1 mile from its target. After the message is delivered, the beast teleports back to the location the spell was cast at. So basically, this just means that not only does the Animal Messenger spell actually work, because beforehand it kind of sucked, now it actually does something, but I think it's very on flavor for a trainer to be using animals to get their messages around. We got to look at Trainer Initiate. This, of course, is the one that you'll want to pick up if you're a trainer or anything that wants to a little bit of a flavor of the trainer. It says that you can cast Find Familiar once per day as an action without using material components. So now you can have another companion, your little familiar that hangs out with you. Super fun, and I think it is a flavor win on this one as well. Another one that can be super helpful is giving your companion a bonus action that they can use with one of their feat actions. For example, Rogue Initiate gives them the ability to give a +1 to their dexterity, expertise in a skill that they are proficient in, and you can now dash with your bonus action. Which again, super nice on a companion because their bonus action is normally not like useless. They don't get it for anything. If you take this a second time to get it to level 2, it also gives you the ability to, when you have advantage on a weapon attack, deal an extra 1d10 poison damage on a hit, which can come in handy as well. Another one that works really well on your companion is Trained in Variability. This gives you proficiency in simple and martial weapons and shields. So basically, if you picked up that ability to give your creature the ability to wield weapons, they now have proficiency in those weapons, which is super cool. And the last feat I'm going to bring up is kind of a simple one, but still pretty cool. It's Unarmored Connoisseur. It says that when you are unarmored, you gain a +1 to AC and a +5 to your move speed. Works really well on your companion who is unarmored basically all the time. Unless you pick up the feature that gives it armor, you can use this feature to just give your creature extra move speed and extra AC. Now, just like I said earlier, there's a ton of feats available. There's so many different options you can pick to really hone in what you want your critter to be doing. But I think in general, the trainer gives you a ton of variability along what it can do, ton of customization, and a lot of fun to be had. The trainer is actually a way bigger class than some of the other ones and get all the way to level 25 man classing, which is super fun. But of course, the next thing I got to bring up is what are the 3 votes that we could be having for next time. So again, vote in the comments below or in the announcement tab on my Discord channel. You can join below as well. But the options are Barbarian, Witch, or Mystic. Again, leave your votes to see which one you want to see next. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you subscribe or leave me a like. And thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.